Will China offer Russia military assistance? The answer is no, big no. 1. Russia does not seem to have a supply problem in regard to its artillery and armor. The things that Russia is short on are the joint C4ISR systems that separates the majority of the Cold War systems compared to the network-centric warfare that came of age in GWOT, Global War on Terror.
3. The problem with implementing C4ISR is that it is both training and resource intensive, and requires taking platforms off the frontline trace in order to fully test and integrating components into the network. Note, augmenting systems developed on an antiquated concept can be often more expensive than building something with modularity and jointness incorporated at the RFP, design and concept phase. 4. Additionally, it also requires a lot of training so that end users push the right amount of critical info up the chain. It also requires high level of autonomy and decision-making at the tactical edge. This is because greater sensor feed is only a component of the kill chain. You still need your local commanders to exercise good judgment in order to fully exploit the added capabilities. Otherwise, the target ID by your new drone would be long gone if you have to pass it up successively up to the DIV TOC to get a shoot or release authorization. 5. From the Russian perspective, the Ukrainians are not really that much more advanced, often utilizing the same hardware. Hence, there is no Ukrainian overmatch capability gap that the Russians needs from China to close. 6. From the strategic perspective, the longer the conflicts goes on, the more Russia is bound to China, and the more likely NATO alliance is fractured by military resource drain. Additionally, one more day of conflicts in Ukraine is one less day US is willing to open another front in South China Sea and/or Taiwan. 7. Lastly, as Ukraine is now dwindling down to conscripts, commercial drones and systems assembled from modular parts are good enough. This is because you need some level of training to operate counter-drone systems. Besides, Chinese commercial tech and drones are far cheaper than their military variants and probably nearly as good. While China has a vibrant military modernization program, they are also working hard to integrate all the new toys themselves. Nor do they want to share all the data link with the Russian, in case the system gets captured and then compromised. Russia would also like to avoid being bound to the Chinese systems, as they would want to maintain their own defense industrial base. However, judging by how far Chinese are ahead of Russians in surface combatants and electronics, this might come to pass anyway.